What's up, guys? This is the long-awaited Berserker guide. So I like Berserker, and I'm Berserker 38. So I thought, hey, why not make a Berserker guide? So I'm gonna break this into four different parts, which is early game, mid game, late game, and end game. And I'll talk about the weapons, the armor, the pets, everything you need to use, and then kind of go over like what floors you should be playing and how you should be playing Berserker. And yeah, that's kind of it. So let's get into this video and start with early game. Alright, we're talking about early game Berserker, and as you can see, I'm wearing unstable armor, and using this armor, you can really just like mow down the earlier floors because it's actually pretty good. It's got good crit chance, good crit damage, and then pretty decent survivability. Of course, it won't be 5-starred or have any of this on it, but it doesn't really matter. It's early game after all. And for the swords, you're going to be wanting to use an AOTE and an AOTD. Of course, it won't be like this. Again, this is just mine because I don't know why I have these, but you're going to use the AOTE for its ability to get around the map, and it's kind of a decent sword, but you definitely want to be using that AOTD as your main weapon because it does good damage, and it has this little ability that really does nothing. But yeah, this is early game Berserker. This is what you want to do. I would definitely stick to the early floors, maybe floor 1, floor 2, and that's as far as this is really going to go. But Berserker is good because it has good speed and good bloodlust. And yeah, so that's early game Berserker. Now we're going to move on to mid game Berserker. Okay, you might see this set a lot, and that's because this is mid game Berserker. So what I'm wearing right now is 3 Force SA with a Zombie Knight chestplate. It's legendary, and I just want to do a little quick shout out to my friend John Bean 69. He let me borrow his legendary Zombie Knight chestplate for this video, and yeah, so thanks to him for that. And let's get on to mid-game Berserker. So you see this set all around. I see one right behind me over there. Someone's wearing it. Let's see if we can inspect him. Nope, guess not. Oh, and there's another one running over there. There he goes. And yeah, so this is mid-game Berserker right here. I like to call it the modern day non because you see so many of these. It's a really cheap set. It's a really good set. And yeah, this is mid-game Berserker. And this is kind of all you need. It doesn't have to be fragged. It doesn't have to be anything. It just has to like exist. And it's got good damage, good speed, good survivability. And it's overall like this is it. This is the set for mid-game Berserker. And when it comes to swords, it's a little bit difficult to like recommend these two, but let's go over them real quick. So here we have the Livid Dagger. This is like the sword that you want to be using. It's got really good stats, and it's not too expensive. It's about 7 mil, but here's a little shocker to you. This is gonna like blow your mind. The Phantom Rod. I personally think it is better than the Livid Dagger, and if you look at it, actually, let's pull up a clean one, because that one's like maxed out. Oh, you can see another guy here. It's like a plague. It's crazy how many of these modern day nons there are. Let's look at the Phantom Rod real quick. I just want to see how cheap it is. Look at that. It's under a mil. And let's quickly look at the damage. 200. Livid Dagger. 210. And then of course you go for the strength. It's got more strength than a Livid Dagger. It doesn't have those other abilities, base stats, but it's really good. And the only problem with the Phantom Rod is you need Fishing 24. So if you can't get that, I would definitely go for the Livid Dagger. But if you do have Fishing 24, I personally think the Phantom Rod's better. So I would definitely use a Phantom Rod. It's really good. And then we're going to talk about pets real quick. Just use whatever, honestly. Maybe you can look around the hub. This guy looks like he's a healer, so he's probably using a Baby Yeti. What the? Wait, that's cracked. He has a level 100 Baby Yeti? Okay. What about this guy right here? Alright, he doesn't have a pet out. Oh no! What? He also has a level 100 Baby Yeti. What about this guy? What about this guy? Oh, he's on Iron Man. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, it looks like people are richer than I expected. So maybe you can run a Baby Yeti if you have that kind of money, but I think that's more on the late game side. I would definitely go with maybe like really. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you use at this stage of the game. But you can probably go maybe Tiger, maybe Wither Skeleton. Griffin's really good too. They don't have to be legendary. They can be whatever. It's just whatever you can afford. So, yeah, that's mid-game Berserker. Let's jump into late-game Berserker. Alright. So now I'm going to go over late-game Berserker, and this might blow your mind, but get ready. Oh wow, it's pretty much just mid-game Berserker, but with an SA chest plate. So the full SA set is pretty much like, this is late-game Berserker right here. This is what I think is late-game Berserker. Full SA is actually really, really good. Like, it's kind of insane how good it is. It's comparable to Necron, because of the full set bonus Shadow Assassin that lets you collect the shadows of the enemies you kill, which increases your strength in the dungeon. And this is really good because you'll be doing more damage and you'll have more survivability with the Baby Yeti. With its second ability that scales off of your strength, it just pairs so perfectly well with it. And you'll be having great AHP, great speed, and great damage. And it's overall like really good. I used to do 4-7 with it because, you know, before I had Necron and everything, and I did probably like 100 runs with just full SA. It's really good, and I would highly recommend it. So we're gonna hop out of this though, because, you know, if you want to do floor 7, you're not gonna get into parties with SA. You're gonna have to upgrade to Necron. So this is 3/4 Necron. The helmet, I really wouldn't use Necron ever. Full Necron is just like a waste of your money. I would definitely go for a golden Necron head. It's about, I'm guessing, what, 1 mil on AH? Let's check it out. Shouldn't be too expensive. Yeah, 1.3 mil. That's nothing at this point of the game. It's cheaper than a Necron helmet, and it's better than a Necron helmet. So I would definitely be using a golden Necron head. It's really good, and it's got high EHP, good damage, and yeah, all that good stuff. But what I used was a Terra Helm, because Terra Helm is good for pretty much anywhere. If you don't want to play dungeons and you want a set for like maybe to do drags or whatever, then you got your Terra Helm. If you want to do floor 6, Terra Helm, floor 7, Terra Helm, floor 5, Terra Helm. So you know what? It's really good all around. It's got good damage. Not as good survivability as like a golden variant of a floor's head, but it's got that damage, and it's just so good for damage. It's kind of insane. So yeah, I would definitely go and get a Terra Helm if you're cat at 28. This is like endgame. Like, this is what you use. But for late game, either of these two you can really use. It doesn't matter that much because they're both pretty equal on damage, but this has more survivability, this has more damage. Now we're going to talk about our swords and then the pets, and we're going to move on to endgame. So for the sword, or I guess the flower, use the Flower of Truth, because I mean that's just how you clear as a Berserker. The ability, which lets it bounce off of 3 different enemies, is really how you're going to be clearing. And then of course you're keeping your Phantom Rod that I suggested earlier for mini bosses, and even Necron. I use it on Necron myself, and it's actually it's really good, as I said before. And then we're gonna go into pets real quick and jump into endgame. So it's pretty easy. Just get a Baby Yeti and a Tiger, and maybe a Wither Skeleton if you're gonna really do floor 7, or you know, try floor 7, because it does a lot of damage and it's really good. So yeah, that is late game Berserker, and now we're gonna move into end game Berserker. Okay, end game Berserker. As you can see in my hand, I've got something shiny and made of iron. and that is a Valkyrie. So you're gonna need a Valkyrie if you ever want to get into endgame of any class, or not a Valkyrie, you know, like a variant of the Necron blade. But the Valkyrie is the best for the Berserker because it's got that insane ferocity, pretty good damage, and overall it's really good. And then for the set, it's the exact same, but now you're running your ancient diamond Necron head with Legion 5, which I don't have because I'm poor. But yeah, this is it. This is the set right here. It's not that crazy, you know. Just get a diamond head, use your Necron, and there you go. You are endgame. And of course this sword, which costs like 350 mil, this is really what brings you into endgame right here. But this is where Berserker gets kind of goofy. You're going to have to go and grab yourself a storm set, because you can't clear in that garbage. You're not going to be clearing with a Valk in Necron. I'm sorry. I tried it, and I immediately fell in love with Wither Impact and bought a storm set. So you're going to want Necrotic Wither Goggles, Loving Storms Chestplate, Loving Necrotic Storms Leggings, and I run Maxer Boots for the speed because, you know, that's what Berserk is all about. Speed. You want to go fast. So, yeah. That's pretty much just endgame Berserker right there. And for pets, it's pretty much the same. Baby Yeti if you're dying. I personally use Wither Skeleton on phase 2 and all that. And then for phase 4, I switched to Tiger, and I just slap him in the face in my Necron set. And yeah, that's Berserker. So, little rundown. Berserker, you're probably going to get kicked a lot, but hey, that's just the Berserker life. If you can make Berserker work, I would definitely use it. It's a lot of fun. You go fast, and you just kill stuff. So, yeah. That is this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys on Friday. So, peace out.